Yo, what's up everybody? It's Uncommon Knowledge here. We're about to dive deep into the tech world, but not in the way you might think. Forget about spec sheets and benchmarks. Today we're going back in time, uncovering the unexpected origins and little-known facts about the tech we use every single day. We're talking about the stuff you probably take for granted: smartphones, microwaves, even the internet itself. Trust me, there's a whole backstory to these inventions that they don't teach you in school. So, buckle up, because we're about to drop some serious knowledge bombs. Get ready to be surprised, because these 10 facts about everyday technology are straight up mind-blowing. Let's kick things off with the device that's practically glued to your hand, the smartphone. You're probably thinking the iPhone or maybe an early Android phone, right? Think again. We're rewinding to 1992, when flip phones were cutting edge. Meet the granddaddy of all smartphones, the IBM Simon Personal Communicator. This brick-like device combined a mobile phone, pager, fax machine, and PDA. It had a touchscreen, email, and apps, all in 1992. Ahead of its time, but at $899, it was a tough sell. The Simon paved the way for the sleek, powerful smartphones we love today. Next up, we're heating things up with a kitchen staple, the microwave. This one's a classic tale of a happy little accident. Picture this: it's 1945, World War II is raging, and a Raytheon engineer named Percy Spencer is working on, wait for it, radar technology. Spencer was known to be a bit of a tinkerer, and one day, while standing near a magnetron, the heart of a radar system, he felt something strange. It turned out a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Now, most of us would probably curse our luck and toss the chocolate. Not Percy. He was intrigued. He grabbed some popcorn kernels, held them near the magnetron, and boom, the world's first microwave popcorn. Spencer quickly realized the potential of this accidental discovery. If microwaves could cook popcorn that fast, why not other foods? And thus, the microwave oven was born, forever changing the way we heat up our leftovers. Alright, time to talk about the internet, the vast digital landscape where we spend countless hours browsing memes, watching cat videos, and occasionally, getting some work done. But before we had Google, Facebook, or even dial-up, there was ARPANET. We're going back to the 1960s, the height of the Cold War. The US Department of Defense needed a communications system that could withstand a nuclear attack. Their solution? A decentralized network that could route information between different points, even if some connections were destroyed. And so, in 1969, ARPANET was born. It connected 4 universities across the US, allowing researchers to share information remotely. This was the humble beginning of the internet as we know it. Over the next few decades, ARPANET evolved, connecting more and more computers and networks. The invention of the World Wide Web in 1989 made the internet accessible to the public, and well, the rest is history. From its military origins to its current status as a global phenomenon, the internet's journey is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our insatiable desire to connect with each other. Next up, let's talk about Bluetooth, the wireless technology that lets you connect your headphone speakers and even your car without a tangle of cables. But did you know that Bluetooth has a royal namesake? We're talking about Harald Bluetooth, a 10th century king of Denmark and Norway. Known for his diplomatic skills and ability to unite different factions, King Harald seemed like the perfect inspiration for a technology designed to connect devices seamlessly. The name was suggested by Jim Kardach, an Intel engineer working on the Bluetooth standard in the late 1990s. He saw a parallel between King Harald's unification of Scandinavia and Bluetooth's goal of unifying the wireless communications industry. And just like King Harald's legacy, Bluetooth has left its mark on the world, making it easier than ever to stay connected without being tethered by wires. Let's be real, most of us would be hopelessly lost without GPS. But this technology wasn't originally designed for finding the nearest Starbucks. Its roots lie in military strategy and Cold War tensions. In the 1970s, the US Department of Defense developed GPS to track submarines. It relied on satellites beaming signals to pinpoint locations accurately. For years, GPS was a top-secret military technology. But in 1983, a tragic event changed everything. Korean Airlines Flight 007 was shot down, killing all 269 people on board. This highlighted the need for a reliable global navigation system for civilians. In 1983, President Reagan made GPS available to the public, revolutionizing navigation. Now it's time to talk about Wi-Fi, the technology that keeps us connected to the digital world without those pesky Ethernet cables. But believe it or not, the foundation for this wireless wonder was laid by a glamorous Hollywood actress, Hedy Lamarr. You probably know Lamarr from her roles in classic films like Samson and Delilah in Algiers. But what you might not know is that she was also a brilliant inventor. During World War II, Lamarr was horrified by the Nazi attacks on civilian ships. She teamed up with composer George Antheil to develop a secret communication system that would prevent the jamming of torpedo signals. Their invention used a technique called frequency hopping, where the transmitter and receiver rapidly switched between different radio frequencies. This made it extremely difficult for the enemy to intercept the signal. While Lamarr's invention wasn't immediately adopted by the military, the principles of frequency hopping eventually found their way into various technologies, including Wi-Fi. Grab your selfie sticks and strike a pose, because we're about to take a trip back to the dawn of digital photography. Forget about instant uploads and Instagram filters. The world's first digital camera was a far cry from the sleek devices we have today. It all started in 1975 at Eastman Kodak, where engineer Steve Sasson created a prototype that would revolutionize photography. This clunky contraption, weighing in at 8 pounds and resembling a bulky bread box, was a far cry from the sleek DSLRs and smartphones we use today. But here's the kicker, it took a whopping 23 seconds to capture a single image. That's right, no snapping away on burst mode here. And once you finally captured that precious moment, the image was recorded onto a cassette tape. Despite its limitations, Sasson's invention marked a turning point in photographic history. It paved the way for the digital cameras that would eventually replace film, transforming how we capture and share our memories. Think smartwatches are a recent invention? Think again. While Apple and Samsung might dominate the market today, the concept of a wrist-worn computer dates back further than you might think. Journey back to 1998, the era of dial-up internet and the Backstreet Boys. This is where we meet the Seiko Rouputer, a device that dared to dream of a world where you could wear your tech on your wrist. Now, the Rouputer wasn't exactly a sleek and stylish Apple Watch competitor. It had a tiny monochrome display and a miniature keyboard that made texting a true test of patience. But hey, it could store contacts, display the time, and even run basic apps. While the Rouputer might not have achieved mainstream success, it proved that the concept of a smartwatch wasn't as far-fetched as it seemed. It was a sign of things to come, a glimpse into a future where our wrists would become hubs for communication, information, and even fitness tracking. Let's face it, we've all been there, struggling to connect a printer, a keyboard, or any other device to our computers. But before USB came along and saved the day, it was a wild west of incompatible ports and frustrating configurations. Back in the dark ages of personal computing, connecting peripherals was a nightmare. Serial ports, parallel ports, PS2 ports, each device had its own unique connector, and good luck if you lost that all-important adapter. Enter USB, the Universal Serial Bus, in 1996. This revolutionary technology promised to simplify our digital lives, and it delivered. With its standardized connector and plug-and-play functionality, USB became the go-to standard for connecting everything from mice and keyboards to external hard drives and smartphones. No more fumbling with cables, no more compatibility issues. USB ushered in an era of seamless connectivity, freeing us from the shackles of proprietary ports and making our digital lives a whole lot easier. Get your popcorn ready, because we're about to dive into the world of streaming, where on-demand entertainment reigns supreme. But before Netflix and Hulu dominated our screens, there was a time when the very idea of watching videos online seemed like science fiction. It all started in 1995 with a company called Real Networks and their groundbreaking service, Real Audio. Now, this wasn't exactly Stranger Things quality streaming. We're talking grainy audio broadcasts, primarily of sporting events. But it was a start. Real Audio proved that it was possible to transmit audio over the internet in real time, opening up a world of possibilities for online entertainment. Fast forward a few years and video streaming entered the scene, forever changing how we consume movies, TV shows, and even live events. From those humble beginnings, streaming has revolutionized the entertainment industry, giving us unprecedented access to a vast library of content at our fingertips. So there you have it, 10 surprising facts about everyday technology that prove even the most commonplace gadgets have a fascinating backstory. It's amazing to think about how far we've come, from clunky prototypes to sleek devices that have become extensions of ourselves. But the story of technology is far from over. Every day, innovators are pushing the boundaries, developing new technologies that will shape the future. Who knows what mind-blowing gadgets and groundbreaking inventions await us just around the corner? If you enjoyed this trip down tech memory lane, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and let me know in the comments what tech origin story surprised you the most. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of technology.